We're here today with Ian Hilmer. Ian, how are you this afternoon? I'm sorry.
Your stump was like...
Oh, scratches.
Ian Hilmer, the man, the myth, the legend. Is this your backyard? Is that where we are today?
The backyard with flowers grow and Kirby hangs.
Who's this little guy?
This is Kirby.
How old is Kirby?
Yeah, I think he's 4.
You have a lot of beautiful flowers back here, Ian. Are you the flower man?
Nope, that's all Cora.
What were you doing right before we started hanging out doing this interview today?
I was hanging out in the hammock.
You had the day off?
Nope, I worked today, got home, just kind of chilled out.
What's been the best part of your day so far?
That was it.
Sitting in the hammock?
Most of the day was driving.
What were you driving?
I drive U.S. mail, bulk mail, from town to town.
Any interesting stories about being a mail truck driver?
Yeah, one time I was driving the truck and the front left tire decided to leave the vehicle on fire.
On fire?
On fire.
What caused that?
That's when your bearings seize up. And it heats up so fast, so much friction, it just cuts your whole tire off. And you watch it roll as you slam to the ground.
You're here with us today, so I assume you escaped unscathed.
Yeah.
But you don't seem like the type of man that would get fazed by much. Did this frighten you?
Yeah, I thought it's just weird. I just looked over and the tire was on fire, rolling into a snowbank. So no, there was no fear. It was done before it even knew what was going on.
What is your most irrational fear?
Heights, and I'm a hypochondriac, I suppose, like more of a germs things.
Who is your current favorite musician?
Gord Downie is my favorite. He's the lead singer of the Tragically Hip.
What do you like so much about Gord Downie?
How he sees the world and how he writes about it.
Do you find yourself modeling your own music after the Tragically Hip or after Gord Downie?
For sure. I mean, I've written songs about, and I've written songs about a lyric he wrote.
One of the songs that you played for the Golden Hour live session is called Big Fan.
Yeah.
Is that by chance about Gord Downie?
Yep. It's about a picture we took with him outside of First Avenue with my 2 brothers and my best friend at the time, my best friend, Willie Peterson.
Those are the lyrics in the song, too.
Yep. I actually have a photo of that moment. Yeah, me meeting my idol.
Is that the first time you ever met one of your musical idols?
The first famous person I met was Tiny Tim at a circus when I was a kid, and I'm like, oh, that was cool.
Were you working at the circus, or were you
No,
just
I was attending because I knew he'd be there. I was a kid.
Was Tiny Tim cool back then?
Oh no, he was already old news, I think.
He's cool. He's kind of far out, and I know that you're into sort of far out things. Ian, have you ever seen or experienced anything paranormal? Ghosts, aliens, UFOs?
No, yeah.
Care to tell us maybe one particular story?
I have several stories.
If I give you 20 seconds, what's the fastest paranormal story that you can tell us?
Fastest one, well, yeah.
Okay, and go.
Go. All right, I was looking up at the sky as I do. And I noticed a light, and I'd already seen a few things in the sky, so this would be like the 3rd time. And I noticed a light, and I told everyone who was with me, check it out. We all looked up, we watched it. We watched it do some crazy things in the sky. We watched it for 20, 30 minutes, and then we just went to bed. It was still doing its thing. It was like 2 a.m, so what do you do?
What's the first album you remember buying?
David Bowie. Changes with Space Oddity on it.
It was on vinyl?
It was on a cassette.
Cassette.
I bought that in Mankato, traveling through when I was on the carnival at 16 years old.
What did you do when you worked for the carnival?
I was a carny. I was in the joint.
So you were the guy behind the ring toss and doing all that stuff?
Get your money up. Come on, bring your money. Bring it down. Yeah, that was me.
An artist that you remind me of is Tom Waits. And Tom Waits has a lot of kind of carnival-y-esque sort of songs. When you discovered Tom Waits, did he sync up with you in your life?
When I first heard Tom Waits, I thought it was, I heard Going Out West, which I thought was actually a heavy metal song. And then I got into it more, and blew me away. And I've written a couple circusy type songs, Tom Waits style. I cover Tom Waits.
What's your favorite song to cover?
In general?
Or just like right now?
It's a Wonderful World.
I don't think I've ever heard you play that one.
And I usually like the latest thing I'm doing.
What's your current motivational song?
The East Wind, Gord Downie.
Gord Downie or Tom Waits?
Gord Downie.
Willie Nelson or John Prine?
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson or Gord Downie?
Gord Downie.
Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Beatles.
John Lennon or Gord Downie?
Gord Downie.
I still am a big fan.
How many times have you seen The Tragically Hip?
I can't remember, over 11.
A big fan.
What's your favorite scary movie?
The most scary when I was a kid was The Exorcist, but I love The Shining.
What's your current favorite song?
I've been listening to a band called Dr. Dog. And then the latest Gord Downie album, which has been after his death, which is I'm just enthralled with at the moment.
What's an instrument that you wish you could play?
Well, piano, better.
When did you know that you first wanted to make music?
I used to watch my dad play at parties and perform, but I don't know if I really wanted to play then. And when I figured out I could do something after childhood, it was always music. I was always singing. My 6th grade was my first solo.
Were you in the choir in high school or in
No,
grade school?
just a play, a choir, a chorus play.
Do you ever get nervous when you perform, or did you ever get nervous about performing?
No, not nervous to perform, but more of the anxiety leading up to it.
What do you do to get through those feelings of anxiety when it's coming to a performance?
Overplan stuff and then not fall through with it. I don't know.
Do you have a favorite song of your own right now?
It's a song called As We Drive Through the Night.
You have a lot of songs about driving. We talked earlier about you driving all the time. If you're always driving, how do you find time to write music?
Well, I've written many songs while driving. I sing about driving because obviously I do a lot of it. There's a lot of stories out there in the world, and when you're driving, you can tell more stories if you're moving.
What's one song that you wish you would have written?
Under Pressure, that was a nice one.
Now that we're sort of halfway through 2021, the pandemic seems to be winding down and we're performing again. What's something you hope to accomplish this year?
Well, just getting a band up on its feet again and tight for the winter. Spending the summer doing shows, hopefully recording.
Who are you playing with these days?
A band we were calling Drivestation.
Who's in the group?
Wavy Dave Hansen on drums, Moises on bass, and Phil Stoutenberg, lead guitar, and then myself.
This is the last question. How about that?
Perfect.
Ian, if you could go back in time and give young Ian one piece of advice, what might you tell that little guy?
Learn to interview better.
When are you playing the Golden Hour?
This Saturday.
Excellent. Great talking to you, man, and looking forward to the set. Take care.
Thank you.